G'day guys, David from the Xylem Zone here again, coming to you with another property con, and still on the theme of off the plan, but a slightly different variation, not so much on the process today, but more to shatter a bit of illusion around the concept of Airbnb. I believe, from my experience, my observation, that I believe it's a low percentage strategy to get you a cash flow outcome. And you think about a lot of people have been touting Airbnb is the greatest thing, and you're going to make high yields, 10%, 8%, 10%, and it's going to be all rosy for you, and you're just going to be banking money. But let's go and break down the process in regard to what the realities are. Now, to get a property that can be put on Airbnb, does it have to be in a very, very specific location? I would say yes. There's only certain locations that do suit that property. They're generally lifestyle areas, holiday destinations, and you know, there's not as many of those. You can't just go and do an Airbnb in the middle of the boondocks. You're not couch surfing. This is an upmarket product generally, so it doesn't usually suit. So you're limited in your product supply, your location for a start. Secondly, you're generally selling a higher quality product, and a lot of people are choosing 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. Often they're in the CBD or the 5k radius of a central business district. So the question is that a cheap property or not? Well, in many cases the get-in price is $500,000 to $800,000 if you want a really good quality apartment, say a 2-bedroom apartment with some aspect, with some view, that's in a good location, and that's a very high purchase price to get into the market. So in saying that, you turn around and go, well, I'm going to get the cash flow so I can justify the purchase price. But what are the different variables that can go on? All of a sudden you've moved from a long-term lease for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years into a nightly rate. And obviously occupancy is can be affected by many things you don't control. It's designed to work very effectively in a very strong economy. And do we have a strong economy now? Is it guaranteed to be strong all the time? And is that always changing? So you've got to have very deep pockets. So if there is a bunch of other stock comes onto the market, if there is a downturn in the economy, can you carry the shortfall to obviously be able to do that? And then that ties in, you've got a higher cost of management. Most people that you'll get as a property manager for Airbnb are charging between 10 and 20% for you to pay them to manage the apartment, where the normal property management is 5 to 8%. So now there's obviously a higher cost. There's more servicing costs, there's more cost for turnaround, there's more cost for laundry, there's more cost for cleaning. All those different things are going to increase your cost base so that your profit is going to be eroded. And of course, there's legalities around declaring that income, so you've got to be set up on the right structure. If you've got a high-paying job where you're making 6 digits already in a salary and you want to use this to help you get out, and the income you get from this just jumps on top of your salary, you could have a tax rate that's still going to take out 30 to 40% of your profit. So you're only dealing with the net that's left over again. And if you're dealing with a small apartment, your deductions are going to be much less because you're buying an apartment. You're not buying real estate. You're not getting the land. So to me, Airbnb is a strategy that's really being pushed by a lot of marketers because they want to sell you the property where they make their money, but you're the one who's going to have to hold this asset when things don't go well, and your strategy is probably 10 to 20 years, but also there's a lot of wear and tear, and if there's a lot of supply, your capital growth is going to be limited. So all of a sudden you can take a whack on so many different fronts. So that's why to me it's a low percentage strategy. Is there people that go out there and do this successfully? Yes, there is. And they're probably doing it as a full-time job, and and they're got a different cash flow situation, or they got in at the right time. Whatever the case is, there is people. But as a strategy to add to your portfolio, the question you've got to sit down and ask is there other ways and other markets you can target that can give you great cash flow returns with your property investing that are going to be there a lot longer? And I believe there is. I'm going to talk about some of those on some other videos. I believe there's many great ways to get high cash flow, be in the property investing game. Sometimes when you don't even have to own the property, sometimes when you do, that are going to target demographics and markets that are going to be there long term, and they're only growing and the demand's going to get greater. But Airbnb for me, I wouldn't be putting my money there. I'd be trying to buy 2 properties with that and get a high yield without all those costs and those expenses that could creep up in you as well. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. David from the Xylem Zone, another property con. You can see some of those sitting over the back of me. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have been put into Airbnb over there, and I bet you they don't have 100% occupancy, probably not 80, and especially when there's so many people that are distractors out there renting out their own properties, and in different manners as well. So a lot more competition now too. Anyway, that's it. Hope you had a great day. Talk to you soon.